weeks, we may be able to put together the plot of Episode 9.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
First, as we were told more than a year ago, there's going to be a time jump between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Originally, I know a lot of us were hoping for 5+ years, but it's only like 1, so that's a little bit disappointing. In this time, Kylo has been massing together private armies under the First Order to not only strengthen the First Order and their claim over the galaxy, but also to strengthen Kylo's control of the First Order. As we know, there are some that may resist him after he took over for Snoke. Hux is one of those characters, and we see Hux attempting to dispose of Kylo, but that will fail early on in the film if leaks are true. We also know there is Allegiant General Pride in Episode 9 who works with Hux in some capacity, and likely given his name, he was either loyal to Snoke or he's actually loyal to Palpatine and has an end goal in mind, which would match Hux's, getting rid of Kylo or positioning him in a way so that they can get rid of him or Palpatine can take over. On Kylo's personal armies, the Knights of Ren will be in this film. We know for a matter of fact now they've released photos. Per leaks months ago, and this poster and this image, we see the Knights of Ren have some medieval-inspired weapons. This goes with the leak that representatives from Lucasfilm visited a museum and medieval weapons in it for design ideas for a future Star Wars production. Of course, the Knights of Ren also have Star Wars weapons. I mean, we didn't have blasters back in medieval time. From every rumor and leak, the Knights of Ren were absent in Episode 8 because they were in the Beyond, where they found a threat. This threat brings Kylo and Rey together as the film goes on, and they need to find a way to stop it. And this threat is some sort of MacGuffin that's supposed to be controversial according to Lucasfilm. And if you watched my Snoke is Palpatine video, you know that my belief is Palpatine put his essence or consciousness in the Death Star 2 or some artifact in it, like other Sith have done, and he possessed Snoke, and he's trying to possess another body because he's trying to take control of the First Order and the galaxy. We were told Palpatine is the major villain across all 3 trilogies, so it makes sense. So my guess would be that they're trying to stop Palpatine, but that's not set in stone whatsoever. We also know that we will see our heroes split off in Episode 9. Thankfully, we know that Poe, Finn, and Chewie will be together quite a bit. Poe and Finn are always a winning team in my books. These 3 will go to a grassy planet where they will meet a character called Janna. They will ride these creatures, which are called Orboks. At one point, Poe, Finn, and Chewie will be fired on by the First Order, who discovers them on this planet, and Janna will help them escape. There are rumors that she may be Finn's sister or Lando's daughter, but those aren't concrete, and every time you bring it up, people freak out about not all black characters being related, and it becomes a thing, so we'll just move on. We also see Rose and Rey team up on a mission at some point in this film, and although Rose, oh my god, up in the leadership chain of the Resistance, she has more of a Lando-sized role in Episode 9. So while she is in the final episode, she isn't featured as much as she was in The Last Jedi. Rose and Finn are in a romantic relationship in this movie, and they'll meet up a few times. However, they will mostly be separated, so don't worry, people that hate them together. Leia will have a smaller role like she did in The Force Awakens, but we are getting quite a few flashbacks to a young Leia and Luke. From rumors, Carrie's daughter Billy will be a stand-in for flashbacks with Leia. Obviously, they'll use CGI on her face. These flashbacks will have at least one scene where Luke is training Leia in the Force. Of course, we know that Leia eventually declines to become one of Luke's first students because she feels her family and the galaxy needs her in other ways. However, seeing Leia train with Luke may soothe over people that hated Superman Leia in The Last Jedi. Personally, I'd love to see a younger Luke and Leia interacting, perhaps Leia dropping Ben off to Luke to be trained. Nyan will be in the movie more and have the same outfit as we last saw him in. Lando will have a small role as well and not be featured that much, but he doesn't appear to die in Episode 9, so thank God. On Kylo's end, he is now unbalanced after he found balance between the light and dark side. He is unbalanced because he has romantic feelings for Rey. Anti-Reylo shippers, calm down. I'm not making this up. This is based on leaks. Because of the threat from the Beyond or his imbalance due to his feelings for Rey, he heads to a swamp planet where he meets a creature named the Oracle, who is a spider creature that leeches off a giant baby head. I realize at this point you probably think I'm yanking your tail. I'm not. I swears. The role of the Oracle isn't completely known, but whatever information it gives him, he then heads to the castle that may be Vader's castle, but I don't want to get my hopes up. It's a castle that may be Vader's, let's just say that. As Kylo is still keeping Vader's destroyed helmet in his ship through Episode 9, he still has a Grandpa Vader obsession. Going to Vader's hangout, a dark side locust, could help him with finding balance or maybe trying to figure out what to do next. Kylo will force throw Resistance soldiers at one point when a battle between the First Order and Resistance occurs, and supposedly it's a really cool scene. But let's actually go back to the MacGuffin I was talking about. The MacGuffin is supposedly the main pull of Episode 9 for both sides. The MacGuffin will evolve and change as the movie goes on, and may be a bit controversial, but not in a Star Wars fan rage-out sort of way, I hope. It seems more like a way to call to the prequels and wrap up the Skywalker storyline. Whatever it is, it's huge, and it involves C-3PO's memories that were wiped at the end of Episode 3. While C-3PO still has flashes of memories he shouldn't, prior to the memory wipe, he doesn't have the whole story. To fully access these memories, they will take 3PO to a jungle planet that has an old rebel blockade runner. As of right now, it's believed that the Tantive will be in Episode 9. Some state Tantive 4, though that would be awkward unless it was a lie what happened to it, so it's more likely Bale's Tantive 3. In the ship, C-3PO will get memories back that lead them to a snowy planet called Kajim, which was leaked a while ago and actually in a new Vanity Fair article. This snow planet has a droid factory, and we also saw concept art of Rey walking through a marketplace there. The droid factory will have a ton of Easter eggs, including battle droids, a bad robot, and other droids that call back to different time periods of the other trilogies. If the leaks are true, there will be droids that are based off films John Williams has scored for, which I love. At the factory, 3PO will upload his memory to R2 that leads to what a leaker said was a funny issue with R2. There's this cute droid named Dio that looks slightly stupid, but cute, that will help them in the droid factory. Also, this droid will like BB-8 and annoy him. I'm trusting JJ won't make it too annoying and more adorably annoying. JJ has a magic touch with droids, so I'm not worried. A bounty hunter, the one we saw on the leaked marketing poster wearing purple, named Zori Bliss, who is played by Kerry Russell, will help them off the snow planet. She has questionable allegiance, so she may fuck them over, we'll have to see, and she hangs out in a place called the Thieves' Quarter. Probably after the snow planet interaction, they end up going to where the Death Star 2 ruins are, which is not on the forest moon of Endor, but on Endor, and I say on Endor, but there's lots of Endors, so take your pick which one. And I guess maybe Rey figures out what the MacGuffin is here, then leads them all to a desert planet. There's actually 2+ desert planets in this movie. One is Pisana, and there are locals there called Aki-Akis, and then we're probably going to see Tatooine again. And from what we know, on Pisana is where Rey and friends, Finn, Poe, Chewbacca, BB-8, interact with the Knights of Ren, and there's a chase scene there. This is where things get even more dodgy. I know you're like, dude, more dodgy. There have been massive rumors that Kylo's new ship is huge, and there they will film a final zero-gravity battle of sorts on his ship. During this battle, Kylo gets beat up and is bleeding quite a bit. The movie finally ends on Tatooine. Oh, and I forgot, if you love Star Wars characters walking away from ship crashes, apparently this scene is before Kylo crashes his TIE and then he walks away from it completely unharmed. I mean, the end bits are a little bit confusing. I think the ending is what we are missing the most. We know it ends on a desert planet, and there's debate whether that's Tatooine or Pisana, which is the other desert planet that's going to be in Episode 9, and how they get on Kylo's ship with the artificial gravity being turned off and then a fight in no gravity. Who can say for sure as of right now? Anyways, there were also leaks of the Lars homestead being rebuilt, so maybe they all go there and celebrate at the end of the film, because That's a happy place. So there you are, the maybe plot to episode 9 with tons of questions and holes. What are your thoughts? Do you like this plot so far? What do you think the MacGuffin is? And will Reylo be a thing? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.